Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante live stream. What's going on? Hello, hello, hello. It is Friday, March 27th, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Political Vigilante COVID-19 live stream. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. These are where my graphics are coming. The Political Vigilante. Bum, 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 bum. Grab Elwood, a name you can trust in news. Bum, 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 bum. Getting to the story. You know, they should be like the sleeves rolled up, those news guys. Glasses in my hand. You know what I mean? Looking over something important, glasses in my hand, like Graham Elwood, Political Vigilante, giving you news that you can trust with news that's trustworthy. From the most trusted source of news of newsness. All of the news you need in news time. Bum, 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 bum. Erica Simmons, what's up? CZM, hello. Can you give my boyfriend Shahif a shout out? Would cheer him up. What's up, Sharif? Is it? Let me make sure I got that right. Sharif, what's up, Sharif? Meg said give you a shout out. What up? Got your whiskey out, Erica. Persian kickboxer. Hey, Graham, you were a boss. You're a boss, brother. Boom. We're going to talk about how much the sanctions on Iran are bullshit and making the coronavirus worse and killing people, just to show you how stupid America is. Yeah, Sharif. What's up? Edward Dunning. Hello. Bonnie Hell. What's up? Hashtag vegans rule. You got that right. You got that right. 31 people watching, 7 hit the likes. Did you guys notice the new picture in the corner? Come on, who wants it? Sun worshipping Black Buffalo, what's up? John Lins, I'm in Canada. Why you guys got your troops at our doorstep? Not a good time. Oh boy, I know. Right at 420. Aloha from Maui. Oh, I wish I was in Maui right now. Meg, how am I doing? Me personally, I live alone, and that's a challenge. That is a challenge. Because usually I'm at home, I make videos and stuff like that, and then I would like maybe go do a show at night, or I'd go to one of my meetups or support group meetings or something like that. I'm around all these people and I'm not around people, and it's really that's challenging. I mean, I hate to even do this, but I haven't like been hugged or hugged somebody since March 14th. That's weird. I like I used to be like, oh, I love living alone and being away from everybody, and I need my privacy, which I do enjoy my privacy and stuff like that. But man, as Ron Placone said, he goes, I'm not as much of an introvert as I thought I was. I've always held these fantasies, these off the grid. I'm just going to leave and, have a backpack and a surfboard and, not deal with anybody, which is, I'm really seeing, I think we all are, how much we need people, and I'm a social person, most people are social. I like interacting and laughing and talking to people, and not that I'm not laughing or whatever, but I'm talking to people on video chats and Zooms. And, I did an interview with Mitchell Heldt today, Snort Y2K's great interview. And we laughed about some stuff, which was cool. It's weird, yeah, it's weird, and like watching from Evanston, Illinois. What's up? I went to ETHS, baby. I have not watched Jimmy's video with Matt Stoller. I wish there was a hug emoji. Yeah, it's thank you, Meg. It's you know, it's not easy. It's just not, this is not easy for anybody. Obviously the whole planet is like realizing how powerless they are. And I go like outside every day. I go on a bike ride or something like that. And it's been cold all week, so I haven't surfed. The pool is closed. And it's supposed to warm up this weekend into next week. And I was going to go surfing. And now they're saying they're going to close all the beaches. Like first they closed all the parking lots, which was smart. Now there's very few people on the beach. And now they're going to close the beach. I mean, shit, I was down there today, and between a mile stretch, there's like 60 people spread out over a mile. Like nobody's coming within 6 feet of each other. People aren't coming within 10 feet of each other. So it's really like, you know, I'm gonna just try to surf anyway. Like if they, I don't know. I'm just gonna walk down with my surfboard like early in the morning or something and just try to get a surf in. You know, it's if I can't, and like surfing for me, yes, it's fun. It's good physical, good exercise, but it's like it's a spiritual need for me to be in the water and to ride the waves. It's a physiological thing. It's good for my mental health. And if they're telling me I can't do that, it's like, I get that we haven't even peaked yet in California and Los Angeles. And how the fuck, man, like I get it. They don't want throngs of people hanging out and playing volleyball at the beach, but that wasn't that, they got rid of that when they closed the parking lots. So that's all the people inland were driving to like last weekend, they all drove to the beach, and that was like, we can't have this again. So you close the parking lots. So no one can come down. Only locals can go, but you're telling us even locals who like they just want you to just stay in your neighborhood. Okay, well, my neighborhood's the goddamn beach. And I'm not running around fucking high-fiving or touching people or anything like that. So if they shut that shit down, it's like, it's really, you know, yeah, like I ride my bike, I get to go outside and stuff. I don't know who Faye Shakir is. I don't think so. Sorry, Manitalk. Yeah, I thought we can walk around if we maintain 6 feet. So it's just like, well, last week in the hiking trails in LA were all packed. Everybody went hiking and stuff like that. But I you know, like it's if you wear your red MAGA hat and carry your Bible, you're safe, right? Yeah, surfing is Graham's emotional support animal. Absolutely. Oh, Bernie Sanders campaign. That's who frees. I don't know him personally. Yeah, it's crazy. Now I know. Yeah, now you tell me if Shahir is. Yeah, no, okay. Now I connected it. I see a lot of names. Now you're telling me that's works in Bernie. Yeah. Now I know who he is. They don't want people up in the mountains and the trails in Colorado. Jesus. No, I've never surfed at the Wedge. It's nice to know that we are getting screwed over by the stimulus package. Yeah, the stimulus package is so bad. At least it's snowing tonight. The airborne droplets of spittle might fly more than 6 feet. Shimshay, right on. Wear shark fit or a dolphin suit. No, I don't smoke. Yeah, I'm eating really healthy. I'm doing all that stuff. 178 people watching, 44 likes. Please hit the like button, everybody. So yeah, that's how I'm doing, you know. It's yeah. Fahiz Shakir worked for Nancy Pelosi, Harry Reid, and John Kerry. This is the goof that Bernie chose to run his campaign doing before he started. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about that. Yeah, I don't know why Bernie picked these people. I don't, you know, it's why Bernie is not fighting harder. You know, I think the flaw with Bernie Sanders is something we've all known. Like, and that interview I did with David Bethia, please watch it. He's a Bernie canvasser, and he makes such a great point. He goes, look, and most Bernie supporters are to the left of Bernie Sanders. He's just the most left of any candidate that has had a legitimate shot at being president. And he represents so many things to so many people. He's represented a movement, he's inspired people, but I'm not delusional I'm paraphrasing what he said, but he made a really great point. He goes, I'm not delusional into thinking that Bernie's like our savior. We're just, he's our best shot at getting a real progressive in the White House and changing the political landscape, because he's, Bernie inspired AOC and all these other people to run and stuff like that. And what David said is what I've said, what Ron Placone said. If Bernie, Ron Placone says it best. He goes, if Bernie wins the presidency, I'm going to celebrate for 2 days and then I'm going to put my yellow vest on. If Bernie doesn't get the nomination, I'm going to put my yellow vest on sooner. That's all it means. Because even Bernie winning the presidency means they're still going to, the Congress, democratically controlled Congress, and even if the Democrats could control the Senate, if Bernie became president, they would still try to fuck him. I mean, there's no two ways about it. So, and Bernie's biggest flaw, we saw it in 2016. I thought maybe I was hoping he was going to fight harder in this one. And to be clear, anything's possible. We're living in crazy times now. Anything's possible. Biden, Trump could get COVID. Bernie could get it. I mean, these are three guys in their 70s. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. We're in crazy times right now. I can't predict any of this shit. No one can. But the flaw that I would say about Bernie is, he believes you can reform from within. He made that deal in 2016 with Hillary and saying, all right, I'll concede, but I want you to implement a lot of these policies on my platform. And she said yes, and of course never did, but she lost anyway. She ran a shitty campaign. We know what happened there. That's his, reform from within power. That's his strategy, like, it's not the bill we wanted, but I added these amendments to make it a little bit better for people, and we'll take that as a win. And that's not what us on the hard left want. We want real revolution, real standing your ground, and he's not that guy. He's not that guy. He fought for us, a little bit in the stimulus bill, but ultimately it was 96-0 that the whole Senate voted for it. It was like, and it's like a lot of people were calling it political theater just to, oh, we're going to blame it all on the Republicans. And sure, the Republicans are shitheads, but, I've never been a big Democrat. I've only voted in the last 2 Democratic primaries because there was a guy that for the first time in my lifetime was representing the things that I wanted. So I don't know. I don't know, I don't know how this is going to shake out. I really don't. I don't know that we're going to even have a convention in Milwaukee because of COVID-19. I don't know, man. 262 watching 98. I don't know. I just, there's no like, oh, you're insulting. There you go. So here's a quick rule, guys. You can disagree with me all you want and say you don't agree with me. The minute you start saying insulting things, then you know what we're going to do? You're just going to get the block. I don't want to hear it. I think we shouldn't count Tulsi out yet. Yeah, that I don't agree with. I think she sold us out. I think is. Yeah, the Persian kickboxers bring up a good point. Bernie's a liar. He says Biden's a good guy. No, that's a blatant lie. I mean, that's the other thing too. And I put this on Twitter. I'm glad that woman Tara Reid has spoken out. She went on Rising. She was on Katie Halper's show. I did a video about it. And I'm really tired of Bernie calling Joe Biden his good friend. And I'm like, where's the Me Too movement? The Me Too movement started as a very noble thing, you know, Harvey Weinstein and going after people like that. But it really got hijacked by the like, I'm with her white feminists who just wanted to go get Republicans. So remember when everybody skewered those Republican women for backing Kavanaugh, and rightfully so. They were just being partisan. They were just like, oh, we stand with Kavanaugh because he's a Republican. And remember, everyone on the left was like, that's complete bullshit. They're undercutting women. Same thing. A woman goes after Biden. Oh, crickets. Where's Alyssa Milano? Where's the whole Me Too movement? Where are all these women that were fighting? Where's the Women's March? Where are their pussy hats? What happened to all that? Oh, because they're going after Joe Biden. So when it's Biden or Bill Clinton, everybody gets quiet. The left gets quiet. If it's a Republican guy that's a rapist creep, well, we'll go after him. But when a Democrat, a neoliberal's a rapist creep, well, is she telling the truth? Like, it's unbelievable. Every single person, near and Tandon, all of them have tweets that say believe all women at some point during the Kavanaugh trial, whatever. All of them, who are now deathly silent, or they're smearing. They're smearing this woman. Oh, she seems a little crazy. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, the hypocrisy of this shit. And it's why I'm really done with the Democratic Party. Slim chance Bernie could still get the nomination and be president. Absolutely. Anything's possible. And if that happens, I'll be very happy. But even if that happens, I will still be very leery of the Democratic Party. Because look what our democratically controlled Congress has done. Right? Given Trump more money for the war budget. He has $132 billion more than Obama had. And Obama's budget was filthy, disgusting. They've given him the border wall. They've extended the Patriot Act. God only knows what else has been passed. And while we're all screaming about this pandemic, and rightfully so, it's unbelievable, man. Like, yeah, you knew Biden was a rapist when you saw what. All right, you really want to get blocked? All right, you bitch, you punk bitch, hiding behind a fucking. I always love the guys that talk the toughest shit are always the guys behind an avatar. They always have a screen name and an avatar. It's never like, hi, my name's Mike Davis. Here's my face. Here's putting yourself out there. I'm Graham Elwood. This is who I am. And it's always like, you suck. You're such a little punk. Go whack off into a sock in your mom's basement. You're not man enough. You're not man enough to stand up here in front of a camera and put yourself out there. You're not man enough. How's that sound? You're on point sometimes, Graham. I'll give you that, but Tulsi is way better than Bernie. Yeah, agree to disagree, friend. I do not agree. The Democrats are a waste of time. Yeah, I'm not changing my mind on Tulsi. So they're like trying to just, you're wrong about Tulsi. No, we disagree. That's how you phrase that statement. We do not agree, and we're never going to agree. She sold us out. There was still, Bernie is still in the race. She could have said, I'm going to back Bernie. She could have said, I'm not backing anybody. I will back whoever the eventual nominee is, as that, because we all signed that document. Had she said that, it would have been like, okay, fine. They all said that. That's fine. But no. Sorry. Yeah, Bernie is not, yeah, he's look at my name. It's literally Hell with an E at the end. Bonnie Hell. Great. I'm an avatar because I'm only pretty inside. You assume the person's general. Okay, great. Might be a woman hiding behind. You're right. I shouldn't. Let me equally shame both genders, whoever's hiding behind their avatar, either whacking off into a sock in their mom's basement or finger banging themselves with a hot dog in their mom's basement. There we go. Is that fair? You're right. That should be fair. Graham, when is the live progressive comedy tour stream? So yeah, we're doing that. 340 people watching. Please hit the like button. Ron Placone and I tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific, are doing a progressive comedy tour on Zoom. There's only 100 slots because Zoom limits the number of people. It's $5. It's going to be about an hour or so show. Ron's going to do like 20, 30 minutes of stuff. We're going to tell stories. I'm going to do some characters, whatever. The link is, let me post it for you right now. Here we go. It's $5, so it's like It's a cool liberal meditation video. Yeah, Bernie is too nice to win. The House and the Senate fucked us in the ass again just twice as hard as they did in 2008. We still have no equity stake in any of the companies we bailed out a second time. No, it's unbelievable. It's yeah, this thing. It's a bigger distribution of wealth. There's $4.25 trillion that just got given to the corporations, and $2 trillion spread out. We're giving more money to corporations than we are to goddamn hospitals. And when this and come summertime, when there's 30% unemployment, they're going to be buying up all these businesses, these independent businesses. They're going to be buying up houses. That's what they're going to do, man. Matt Stoller is a libertarian. Remember that. Good to know, Pat. Corps need this money to hire people, dude. That's not the point. The point is the corporations are going to keep the money themselves. So just let me make a real clear distinction. I feel that, oh yeah, we need to give the corporation money to keep people get their jobs. That would be great if that's what this actually was, but it is not. So I'm a small business owner, and I hopefully will qualify for a small business loan. And under the stipulations, as I understand them, and there's some people I hire that are part-time employees, but if I use this loan to keep people employed, not lay anybody off, and use it for rent on an office space. Now I have a home office, so I don't know if that'll qualify, or utilities, you don't have to pay the loan back, right? Well, that seems like a pretty good deal. It's incentivizing me and every small business owner. Let's say you own a bar, you have to keep your business open, or even just to pay them while you have to only do takeout business or whatever, you don't have to pay that loan back. That's fantastic. You know what the big corporations have to do to not pay that loan back? Nothing. There is no incentive for the big corporations to keep their staff. Do you think they're going to? Do you think these big corporations are going to be noble and do the right thing? No. And the thing is, what should have been given is just money directly to workers. They should have done what Venezuela did. There's a moratorium on rents and mortgages and bills for 6 months. Nobody has to pay any bills for 6 months. Nobody can be laid off for 6 months. Everybody, whatever wages you're making pre-pandemic, that's what you're going to make now for the next 6 months. That's what Venezuela did. That's what we should do. We give all the money to the corporations, and they're going to fuck us. And when these businesses start going out, like the mom and pop restaurant, it's going to go out of business. And who's going to buy them up? Applebee's, which is owned by some giant conglomerate, that's owned by Pepsi, that's owned by Boeing or whatever. That's what's going to happen. That's what they did in 2009 with real estate. Only now they're going to do it with all businesses in real estate. It's awful. It's just awful. Got to go eat dinner. Mana talk. Aloha. You got it, brother. Yeah, Chess Holmes, if you want to defend big corporations, go for it, but they're going to fuck you and fuck everybody. And this money should have been given directly to the people, and it's not. They should have said, no one has to, starting April 1st, nobody has to pay rent, nobody has to pay utilities, cell phone, nothing. No one has to pay anything. We're going to give that money directly to this corporate, so no one has to pay anything. And here's $2,000 or $3,000 a month to pay for just, gas, food, and any necessities. Oh, and by the way, free healthcare. They could have done that. The testing is free if you want to get a COVID-19 test, provided you can find one. But if you get COVID-19 and you have to go to the hospital and you don't have insurance, too bad. You're going to rack up bills and go bankrupt. That's what's in this bill. So, yes, Biden is a rapist. People don't know how to handle money like business owners. Oh, Chess, come on, dude. Look, read, dude. Oh, God. Corporations, they fucked us in 2009, 2010. They're going to do it again now. Just trusting in corporations is well, you're not the smartest person here, Chess, if you are defending corporations. It's unbelievable. Aloha, what's up? The corporations are going to get The CEOs are going to get bailouts. They're gonna take this $1 trillion. It's the single greatest transference of wealth, even more so than the 2009 bailout. It's insane. Yeah, Graham, just picture your old pal Steve Mnuchin and his trophy wife driving off with a dump truck full of cash. So here's what happened, how I lost, and 6 million other people lost their homes, and they're going to do this now with businesses. So the stimulus money that Bush, but mainly Obama gave the bank stimulus money. And what they did is they came to people like me who lost a bunch of work because of the recession and was starting to fall behind on my payment. And they said, this money is used to pay. So you're falling behind on your mortgage. We're going to restructure your loan. Use this stimulus money to restructure your loan. They said, we're cutting your mortgage payment in half for 3 months and give you a forbearance at the end of 3 months. We'll restructure your loan. It'll be a lower monthly payment. That's what all the stimulus money was for. Great. At the end of the 3 months, they said, oh, you don't qualify. And now you're 3 months behind on your mortgage. And they did that to me 2 more times. So then I became $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 behind. There was no way I was getting out from underneath this. And they forced me into foreclosure because I was in a nice neighborhood. People that lived in neighborhoods where the property value was elevated before the crash and there was no way they'd get their money back, those people actually got stimulus money. I know people that lived in neighborhoods that were way overvalued. And the banks knew they could never make their profit back. I was in a nice neighborhood. They bought my mortgage for 30% of its value, 30 cents on the dollar. So kicking me out, actually, they made a profit. So they used stimulus money. They kept the stimulus money. They didn't give it to me to help me stay in my home. And then bought my house for 30 cents on the dollar and resold it and made a profit. So not only did they keep the stimulus money, they also made a profit on me getting kicked out of my home. And they did that for 6 million people. And that's what they're going to do for small businesses and homeowners now. That's exactly what happened. Read Chain of Title, Dave Dane's book. Dave Dane's been very vocal about this bill as it just passed. So that's how that's going to shake out. That's what they just did. That's how I lost my home. Yeah, we're small business owners. The big corporations, they're going to take the money and fuck people. They do not care. If you honestly have trust in big businesses, I mean, if you trust big businesses, then you know what? Why don't you give me some of your money and I'll invest it and I'll take care of it for you. Big businesses. Yeah, eventually, my house immediately lost 40% of its value when the crash hit. So then I became almost underwater, right there. Yeah. It's criminal capitalism, man. We're screwed. Yeah, this is. Yeah. All right, there it is. Now you're being, yeah, the all caps. I'm tired of you, Chess. I gave you a shot. You're being a fuckstick. Eat it. Go give this to the big corporations. You're blocked, fucko. Go down to Goldman Sachs and see how the gold. I'm sure they're having a live chat. Go talk to Steve Mnuchin. You're gonna have a great time. Yeah. The most person is the chest that flips houses. Yeah. Oh, Howard Dean is such a scumbag piece of shit. Good Lord. 391 watching, 188 likes. Hit the like button, everybody. Let's read some super chats. What's up, Seth Peterson? Boom, shave your knuckles for justice. You are amazing. So are you. Tony DeMeo, proud grocery store worker over here. Right on, Tony. Tony, thanks. You're a frontline worker. This is what this crisis is showing, how important workers are. The CEOs have to stay home. Who gives a shit? CEOs never work a day in their life. They're all candy ass silver spoon punks. We're seeing how important it is for somebody to work at a grocery store, to drive that truck with the produce on it, to unload it, to fix that truck, to make sure the truck is maintained, to fix the tires, to change the oil on that truck. Look at how important it is for a cashier. Look at how important it is for a janitor. I go to a grocery store and there's a guy spraying down all the handles and everything, and they all got masked as the way they should. They're dealing with the public every day. They're changing money. They're touching all these things. They're putting themselves at risk so we can all go buy groceries because we need to eat, not to mention the hospital workers. We don't need CEOs. They don't need a fucking bailout. We're only giving like $150 billion to the hospitals. Are you kidding me? We should just get $1 trillion just for the hospitals. Do the War Powers Defense Act or whatever that thing's called. Everyone's making ventilators. Everyone's making masks. You know who's really helped make this situation worse? The Clintons with NAFTA. There's a video I'm going to drop with Snork Y2K where he shows like the valves and ventilators, right? Guess where they're all made? China. We had to seal all deliveries and flights from China, so we can't get these products. They should be made here. NAFTA is going to make this worse. NAFTA is going to cause deaths in America. That's what's going to happen. So thank you, Tony. Erica Simmons, what's up, Erica? Boom. Joe Barons. Joe, thank you so much. Shave your knuckles for justice. I love the gifts. It's a little weirdo thing on a rocket. I love it. Mana Talk. What's up, Mana? Aloha. Great job always, Graham. Thank you so much. Janet Trezzo. What's up, Janet? Shave your knuckles for justice. Bernie just doesn't want to be assassinated. He knows he can't win. They JFK him first. He helps spread the message of socialism. The movement is what counts. Now we must act. Yeah, Janet, I agree. I don't think that Bernie's like nefarious. I think they threatened him. And he just said, all right, I'm going to talk as loud as I can to get as many people to grab the torch and run with it. And that's what he keeps saying. It's we, it's us or whatever that is, not me, us or whatever. So he keeps saying, you're the revolution, because he's like, I'm old. You guys got to do this. You guys got to do this. So he's right. We have to do this. We have to, there's a general strike I think we need to do. We need to show the ruling class how powerful we are. When they start trying to take people's homes when there's 30% unemployment this summer and they're taking people's businesses and everything becomes a massive corporate chain where workers are paid minimum wage instead of good union wages because the CEOs took all the money. And we see that $4.25 trillion just go away, go into the corporate coffers, and they'll go, the Dow's back up. Who gives a shit about the Dow? The Dow is not the economy. The economy is not the Dow. Oh, great. A bunch of 1%er stock portfolio went up. Awesome. They're saying stuff like you can take up to $100,000 of your IRA without any tax breaks or penalties and use it. That's awful. So they're, instead of giving you money because they're telling you can't work, they're telling you to gut your retirement. Use your own retirement. You won't have to pay penalties, but just use your retirement? Oh, so they went, wow, look there's probably hundreds of billions of dollars in people's retirement. How do we get that money? Oh, we won't give them any real stimulus money, so we'll make them have to, we'll get it that. That's what they're squeezing us for every nickel. Oh, great, we can file unemployment. Gig workers can get unemployment. Okay, thanks. And that $1,200 check comes. I mean, I'm glad I'm so grateful I filed my taxes early this year. Usually I put it off, but the last 2 years I've made an effort of filing it by the end of February. I'm glad that I did. I'll need $1,200. Then what? A one-time payment of $1,200? What happens if this thing goes into April or May? We have to cancel the Seattle and Portland tour dates. We haven't made an official announcement yet, but that's happening. The Seattle venue is going out of business. I wonder what's going to buy it up and going to be there after this is done. A Starbucks, a Chipotle, which is owned by McDonald's. Who's going to get this? These airlines got a bunch of stimulus money. Okay, I hope it goes to the airline employees. United is already saying they're laying people off even with stimulus money because the CEOs are getting all the money. To that jackwagon that was telling us, oh, the corporations are good, they're the good people, because they should have saved up enough money. If you're making millions of dollars a year or even $300,000-400,000 grand a year, you should have enough in savings. If you're making 35 grand a year, you barely have anything. You don't have savings. You watch. They'll save some jobs, but no CEO will go up belly up. You won't see any CEOs filling out unemployment. No. I hope some of the stimulus money trickles down to people who work in the airline industry and the hospitality and all the other industries that are getting screwed. I hope. I've been working in bars and nightclubs my entire adult life. I don't know how that industry is going to make it out of this. But the CEO's got 4.25 trillion. Good. Awesome. Makes me feel safe. What are we all just going to file for unemployment? We're all just going to be living on $600 a week or something like that? Is that what this is going to go? How's this going to go? Elisa Davuti, what's up, Elisa? How you doing? Shaving Knuckles for Justice was watching your video about Biden with Convo Couch, pausing to say not accused of rape. He is a rapist was what every survivor needs. Thank you for nailing it as always. Yeah, you got that. I'm not talking about, I'm not going to use terms of alleged. He's a fucking rapist. You don't touch kids like that, even in public. That's what a creep. That's like a pedophile can't control themselves. He's a piece of shit. And the Me Too movement, where the fuck are they, man? He's a piece of shit. Joe Biden is a piece of shit. Yeah, that's one thing that the corporate media is going to dance around the Biden. They're not even, are they even covering the Biden thing? They're just trying to, oh, that woman seems unstable. They're using Russia. I've heard some people say, oh, she's a Russian asset. Oh, wow. Wow. Gee, I wonder why more survivors don't speak up. The more powerful the person, the more in awful ways you're smeared. I had a comedy club protect my violent ex-girlfriend. I got a restraining order against her, and they wouldn't fire her. They came down on me because I could potentially hurt their money. Joe Biden's a piece of shit, and all those that vote any blue will do people are pieces of shit. They cannot explain at all, any way, shape, or form, how Susan Collins and all those women were awful, and rightfully so, for defending Kavanaugh. But what this woman's, oh, she's a Russian asset. You really going to look me in the eye? So believe all women, but not the ones that accuse Biden. So even your fucking catchphrase, believe all women, is bullshit. It's just the hypocrisy of the two fucking sides are so dumb. That's why it's great being a progressive, because we just have this crazy thing called truth and logic. The goddamn right-wing assholes. Oh, Jesus, right. Would Jesus, how many bombs would Jesus drop? Where in the Bible does it say Jesus would drop drones? Where in the Bible does Jesus say, oh, we're going to deport people and separate families at the border with cages? Where does Jesus say that? Where does Jesus say buy a gun? In the Bible that says thou shalt not kill, you have a Second Amendment and you think you're all, you have and a crucifix and you think you're all Jesus. You're full of shit. Just like these neoliberal assholes are full of shit. Good to see you, Lisa. Carl Knight, shave your knuckles for justice. Bernie wasn't strong enough of a fighter to win the nomination. Now is the time for supporters to take the reins of the political revolution. Otherwise, we're doomed. You know, it is up to us. It is absolutely up to us. You are absolutely correct. And look, man, I myself and many Bernie people working his campaign. That again, that interview with David Bethea, it's a great interview to listen to this guy. He's on the ground and working for canvassing for Bernie, but he's not naive, he's not delusional, and he's saying the same thing we're all saying. That conversation I had with Fiorella. If Bernie bends a knee again, we're all done with the Democratic Party. I don't think the Democratic Party, like 75% of Bernie supporters in 2016 voted for Hillary. I don't think they realize that this time that number is going to be about 12%. I don't know any diehard Bernie. I don't know any Bernie supporters that are going to vote for Joe Biden. I don't know any personally. I don't know any. I haven't heard any of you say it. No one has said it. Nobody. The only people who say that are people who are like, I really like Bernie, but I like Liz Warren too, the sort of less informed voter that thinks Bernie and Liz Warren are the same. But all of us watching this show, none of us. I'm so proud I voted for Jill Stein in 2016. I'll vote third party again. Or like Ron said, maybe I'll just write in Bernie. I don't know, but yeah, man. Bill Sales, what's up? The Fed deployed COVID for land election theft. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I'm at the like, this is a bioweapon deployed by the ruling class. I don't think I'm there yet. I don't think that I have that much room in my tinfoil hat. But I will say this, and if there's concrete evidence that comes out about that, I won't be surprised. I will say that. I'm not saying you're crazy if you believe that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I need to see more concrete evidence first. But I will, at the very least, let's say that this COVID-19 did happen organically, like viruses can happen, right? People intermingling, viruses start. They definitely went, oh, here's an opportunity. At the very least, they went, oh, there's an opportunity. Well, we could use this COVID thing to our advantage. All these other countries are helping their citizens out. How can we fuck them again 10 years later? Derek Morris, what's up? Thanks for speaking for all of us, Graham. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. 461 watching, 265 likes. Please hit the like button. Let's do a couple segments. Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante, shaving my knuckles for justice with my vegan guns deep inside of quarantine. So we're in the middle of a global pandemic. And what is the United States doing? It's still sanctioning Iran. This was in Jacobin. It's a really good article. I love Jacobin. Sanctions against Iran at a time of global pandemic are criminal. Well, sanctions, for starters, are an act of war. And we're sanctioning Iran, sorry, I'm saying it all Midwestern. Iran, I got a soda pop. We're sanctioning Iran because they have the audacity of building a country above American oil and putting their country in the middle of all of our bases. That's your problem, Iran. Stop being so arrogant. Oh, God. And the Persian people are some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Some of the nicest. Quick history lesson. Mossadegh, democratically elected in 1953. He was going to nationalize his oil, give it to his people. Wow, a leader giving the profits of the national resource to his people to take care of them? Wow, that sounds like what a leader should do. A leader should take care of its people. Kings, tribal chiefs, they were all judged on how their tribe was doing. If you had people suffering, it was your fault as the leader. You were viewed as a failure. You had people that you couldn't feed your own people. What the hell kind of a leader are you in this shit show that we're living in? America's a right-wing, fascist oligarch. A bunch of oligarchs run this kleptocracy. They make money hand over fist. They just got this big stimulus bailout, and there's people living in tents. They have zero shame. They should literally take their own lives. It's the only way for them to regain honor is to everybody, all the ruling class, the 1,000 billionaires that control everything, both leaders in the political parties, seppuku. Just do it. We'll all be good with it. Seppuku. But there's no honor in these soulless maggots, many of them, sex trafficking pedophiles who make a profit from raping and selling children. Good people, salt of the earth. So now we have a global pandemic. We should be helping every country get it contained, because countries that can't contain it, it's dangerous for all of us. It's dangerous for the whole world. Even before the coronavirus, the United States sanctions against Iran were unconscionable. But now, with one person dying of coronavirus every 10 minutes in Iran, The sanctions are killing untold numbers of people. They must end now. As of Tuesday, the country has roughly 25,000 confirmed cases and nearly 2,000 deaths. So that number we know is not accurate. This was written on Tuesday the 25th. That's as of Tuesday. It's Friday. So I don't even know what the number is now. I can't tell you. It's not this. It's more than this. One person dying of coronavirus every 10 minutes. And yet the Trump administration has found the moment opportune to ramp up its economic assault on Iran. America could be this benevolent leader if we had a real leader in the White House. If Hillary Clinton and Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Donna Brazile and all those people hadn't cheated Bernie and had Bernie fought a little harder in 2016, but we cannot overlook the cheating of the Democratic Party. Donna Brazile even said it in her book. And imagine if Bernie was president now. Let's say Bernie was president now and he still hadn't been able to pass Medicare for all. He would use this opportunity to say, this is why we need Medicare for all. This is what I've been talking about. And he would use this opportunity to unify the world. Hey, Iran, China, Russia, we all need to work together on this. And you know what? When we get through this, we're going to have a global pandemic plan in place. And hey, by the way, let's talk about climate change. But no, greedy, stupid idiots like Trump, who's a coked up pedophile moron, and that fucking jackass Mike Pompeo, who went, they're literally looking at all these people dying going, wow, we could use this to our advantage. That's literally what they're doing. That's literally what they're doing. Last October, sanctions had drastically constrained the ability of the country to finance humanitarian imports, including medicines, causing serious hardships for ordinary Iranians and threatening their right to health. That was in October. We were doing that. How many Americans have Iranians killed? U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's admission that the United States is engaged in straight-up collective punishment in Iran in order to lead the Iranian people to rise up and change the behavior. No, don't give me this rise up against the regime bullshit. As I said, Mossadegh was democratically elected in 1953, and when he had the audacity to nationalize his oil and give it to his people, the CIA, newly formed CIA, which was OSS in World War II, was in the late 40s, early 50s, became the CIA, staged it, overthrew him, and put the Shah of Iran in there, who was evil, tortured his own people. But he gave us oil, so we didn't have a problem with it. America. Lead the Iranian people to rise up and change the behavior of the regime would seem to indicate that humanitarianism is not at all the name of the game. We're in the middle of a global pandemic. We're all in this together, but here's a chance to stick it to the Iranian people. Their repressive regime. Do they spend as much money as the United States does on surveilling its own people? Because maybe the Iranians are pretty bad. Remember when Iran contaminated all that water in Flint, Michigan? Remember when the president of Iran said the water's fine and drank it in Flint? Remember that? Oh shit, that was Obama. Ooh, sorry, just coughing up some bullshit. Well, wait a minute now. It was the Iranian military that was shooting gas, tear gas, and water cannons at people at the Standing Rock. Remember? It was the Iranian army that, oh shit, no, it was us. It was our police and Tiger Swan. Ooh, God, this keeps spitting. Well, wait a minute. Keystone Pipeline spilled 380,000 gallons of oil in the Dakotas. That was Iran. No shit, that was, oh no. Oh boy. Wait a minute. Do you remember when Iran helped the banks steal 6 million homes from Americans? Do you remember when Iran did that? We owe those. Oh shit, that was us again. We keep doing this to ourselves. Oh, boinks. Zoinky boink boink. Wap, wap, wow. Oh man. Boy, this is just confusing. Why are we mad at Iran again? Why aren't we mad at our own political system? Why aren't we rising up against them? Why aren't we sanctioning the billionaires with a general strike? That sounds like an interesting idea. Maybe we need to employ sanctions against the ruling class by stopping and working for them so they can't profit off of our labor. Maybe we should sanction Mike Pompeo and his 9 chins. Maybe we should do that. Add to the United States' spectacularly incompetent and criminally negligent response to the coronavirus. Yeah. Wait a minute. Wasn't it Iran that dissolved the pandemic response team? The federal. Oh, no, that was Trump. Oh, boy. Thanks again. Every time I think it's Iran, it's the United States. Ugh. To be sure, the Shah of Iran, who tortured his own people, and we didn't give a shit because he gave us his oil, is the one Iranian whose health actually did matter to the United States, and he received cancer treatment in New York in 1979. We helped foster Islamic fundamentalism. We pushed them in that corner because we needed them to be the bad guy. Yes, they took hostages. Was that right? Of course it wasn't right. But did they just do that out of nowhere willy-nilly? Did they just do that? It's like someone that's a career criminal and they've had no opportunities. They've had no safety net. They've had no nothing. Yes, they committed the crime. It's bad, but we pushed them in that direction. Come on. These sanctions and to show you how stupid we are. If Iran can't get a handle on the coronavirus and it spreads, it won't just spread throughout the Middle East. And if it does, it'll spread to our allies. Maybe it'll get to Israel. Maybe, oh no, then how's AIPAC going to pay for the Democrats in Congress? Like, it's bad. If this virus keeps spreading, it's bad for everyone. Unless, I don't know, the ruling class is sitting there going, let's let it spread. Maybe we can cut the population down a little bit, which I wouldn't put it past them. The minute the number hits enough where they're like, oh, we got rid of enough people, oh, then some company's going to just have a vaccine and yay, they're going to be heroes. And we're all, normally the vaccine would be $500, but you're going to be lucky enough to pay $75 for this vaccine. And you know what? We'll send you $100 stimulus check. So you get to keep $25 for yourself that you can go snivel around like a rat in a trash can to get yourself some food for your children. And you get to pay for this vaccine. You better bet your sweet ass that this vaccine will cost us all money when they come up with it. It will not be free, like the polio vaccine was. So we're sanctioning countries, which is just immoral and inhumane. Iran could be our allies, without a doubt. And we're also putting ourselves and the whole country at risk. We're putting our allies, Europe, anybody, by not giving them medicine, not letting them have doctors and equipment. This is the ruling class. These are these sadistic, soulless bags of shit. In the Trump administration, no two ways about it. And the dickhead Democrats, the useless Democratic Party. Oh, shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. How about that segment, ladies and gentlemen? Where are we at here? 460 watching, 328 likes. Hit the like button, everybody. Hit the like button. Yeah, that's what's this. The oil is not the main reason America is effing with my country. It's a small country in our region that is currently committing genocide on Palestinians that wants my country to break down. Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right on that. You're right on that. Even bags of shit have more of a soul than these psychopaths. I'm sorry if I offended any bags of shit, any pro bags of shit people. My fault. Graham likes punching people. No, just the people that abuse power. Graham, I read in the German newspaper that Iranian government is spreading the virus to extort amount of money from the West and use it as a political weapon against the USA. I don't buy it. Well, that's. I bet you, Tina, we could trace that article back to the United States State Department. Have I shown you this before? Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Where is that? The propaganda multiplier. So that article that you read in the German newspaper, I can almost guarantee this is how it shook out. This is the propaganda multiplier. I show this a lot. So you see the White House, the CIA, and the Pentagon feed their information to these three news agencies, APP, AFP, and Reuters. Check that article. Did it come from one of these sources? I bet you it did. I'm not saying you're dumb or crazy, Rob. I'm just saying you read that article, and good for you. You read that article, and that's a valid question to ask. Is Iran trying to play a game with us? Okay, fair question. But more than likely, this is what happened. It came from these, they feed it to AP, AFP, and Reuters, and then it goes down to all these places. And the thing that I always will add, that also goes into the big talent agencies, and then it goes to people like Alyssa Milano, whose husband is the president of CAA. That's why she's such a pro-Biden person. That's why she has nothing to say about Me Too with regard to Joe Biden's accusers, because he's a rapist. So that feeds why, like, the same agency represents Anderson Cooper, that represents Joe Biden, that represents Alyssa Milano. You see what I'm saying? Stephen Colbert. They're all with the same. So that's how they do that. So then the masses, we go, well, it was reported here and it was reported here. I mean, if USA Today, NPR and Fox, even Fox was covering it, it must be true then, because they're all so widely different from each other. That's what we're told to think. This is Coke Zero. This is Diet Coke. This is Coke Light. This is lemon-flavored Coke Zero. This is regular Coke. This is Cherry Coke. This is Cherry Coke Zero. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you get my point? It's all fed bullshit from here. I can almost guarantee you that's where that article came from. And I lived in Munich for a year when I was a kid. Willkommen. I don't speak much German. Ausgezeichnet. My father, fluent in German. Vanilla Coke is good. Yes, I have been on TYT. Ron and I did Aggressive Progressives numerous times. I was on that show a bunch. 469 watching, 358 likes. Diet Shasta. No, we're all asking. Ausgezeichnet. Fox News is a diet double do. Most of this chat is very much on point on Iran. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for not believing propaganda. Yeah, Persian Kickboxer, you're in a safe place. Every once in a while, there's a jag-off troll, but I ain't buying that Iran's the bad guy bullshit. America's the bad guy. We are the problem. We are the problem. And I wish, honestly, it like breaks my heart. Like, I wish I could do more. Like, I feel embarrassed as an American to talk to someone that's Persian, because I feel like I'm sorry that this is what my country does. I'm sorry, like, I'd like to visit there. I wish I could. I want to go there. I want to go there and meet the people like I did in Russia. And I was treated so well in Russia. And I know I would be treated well in Perth. I saw they were playing the Jimmy Dore show in the Tehran airport, man. Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm. Don't worry, I'll get back to the super chats. You're a boss. That's why I'm here, brother. If you visit, you'll be treated like a king at my place. Yeah, when this all settles down, man, I want to go. Don't even tempt me to invite you to around with me. I want to go, man. Take me. Show me around. I want to go. When I was in doing the Jimmy Dore show live in Chicago last July, a really good friend of mine that I've known for years was at the show. And Jimmy did a whole segment on why we shouldn't be fucking with Iran and bombing and all that stuff. And he goes, dude, let's, and he's a guy that's traveling. He went to Cuba before it was open. Like he went through Central America. Like he's not afraid of shit. And I go, and he goes, we'll probably have to wait till next spring. And I said, next spring might be too late because they're going to try to go to war with them. But I'm going to go. I want to go there. I want to go there. I'm going to go to Iran and I'm going to bring my camera. When this shit settles, I'm going there. I'm going there. So, all right, let's answer some super chats, everybody. Farkas Garvey, what's up, Farkas? Thanks for supporting the show. I heard the working homeless got no money. What the fuck? Of course. They're talking about LA like, oh, we're gonna put homeless in housing like in the next 2 days. Oh, it can happen that quickly. We need a pandemic to suddenly deal with homelessness. So we've had housing and money and resources to take care of this problem. This drives me so nuts. We're just writing $1 trillion checks and just, oh, here's housing for the homeless all of a sudden. Oh, so we could have fixed this a long time ago. That's how we treat our citizens. Sleep in a tent. Oh, and then you're a liability during a pandemic. Oh, now we'll give you housing. Sam Dean, boom. Racist fart monster. Nah, you're cool, mate. Thanks, Sam. It's always good to see you, brother. Jedi Mullet 77, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Socialism to save capitalism. How are we going to pay for it? Yeah. Isn't that funny? Not hearing anybody say how we're going to pay their oligarchs. Always asked Bernie how he was going to pay for Medicare for every single one of them. And none of them are asking how we're going to pay for this $14 trillion stimulus plan, because that's what it'll add up, because it's fractionalized. They can take more out of it. But right now it's about $6 trillion. But it'll balloon up. No one's asking how we're going to pay for it. Oh, weird. Yeah, socialism seems neat. We could have paid off student loans, everyone's credit cards, fix our busted ass infrastructure, Green New Deal, and have money left over. I know. Isn't that maddening? They could have gone, student debt forgiveness is gone. So everybody who's paying $200-300 a month in student loan debt, that's gone. Here's free healthcare for everybody. We are putting free healthcare everywhere, free testing, anything. You get sick from coronavirus or whatever. You have a stroke, you fall off your bike, boom, everybody gets it. Done today. That could have just been passed today. The most revolutionary, groundbreaking financial aid package today. And part of this is long-term. We're going to start building and manufacturing back in America. We're going to manufacture healthcare, but we can't ship them to China anymore. This pandemic is showing that. We've got to make stuff here. You're putting people to work in these factories. Everyone who's been laid off in the food service industry, the hospitality industry, guess what? Starting next week, you got a job building ventilators and sewing masks. We're going to train you. You're going to get good money. It's going to be union. It's going to be health, and you got free healthcare now. Oh, we don't have enough doctors and nurses. Guess what? Everybody gets free college. You want to work in manufacturing. You want to be in medical. We're going to start training people. We're going to just boom. We're going to get ahead of this next pandemic, and it starts today. That's what this legislation could have been passed right now. Oh, and by the way, a Green New Deal, because climate collapse and pandemics could get worse together. That's what today could have happened. That's what the president could be signing today. But no, our failed political system and these two bullshit parties just sold us down the river so corporations can suck their own dicks again. Oh my God. Oz LaFave, what's up? Shaving Knuckles for Justice. You and Fiorella nailed it with the Tulsi vid. With YA 100%. With you 100%. Thank you. Appreciate that. Boris Yakaklov. What's up, Boris? Dos Vidania. Graham, I appreciate you, but I can disagree with you. Bernie pushed Russiagate, ignored WikiLeaks, and pushed regime change. Tulsi fault all things, including Clinton and corrupt DNC. I agree that those are all true. And those are things that are very disappointing about Bernie. Absolutely. But backing Biden when you didn't have to, if there's nobody left and you signed a thing saying, I'll back whoever the nominee is, Bernie drops out, okay, I'll back Joe Biden. That's the thing that's different. That's the problem I have. All those criticisms, but what she did at this timing, at this moment, she could have just said, I'm stepping out and I'll back whoever the eventual nominee is. I'm not endorsing anybody. She could have made that statement. That was her present vote, which I gave her a lot of credit for. I gave her a lot of credit for that. That was I thought the present vote was bold, actually, for the impeachment, because she's saying Trump's corrupt, but this ain't enough to impeach him on. We have such a corrupt system, and the corruption goes way beyond Trump. It started before him. We need to address that. That was bold. This endorsing Biden, who's a rapist, and I said on Twitter, Bernie, stop saying this rapist is your good friend. Stop saying it. I don't like when all these things. I don't like when Bernie pushes Russiagate. He's ignored WikiLeaks. He's pushed absolutely. But Tulsi, she has been fighting for the same things for 4 decades, like Bernie has. 20 years ago, she was doing videos saying that gay marriage was against God's law. So this is where we disagree, friend. She could have backed Bernie even. She could have said, I'm not backing anybody until the nominee. I'll back whoever the nominee is, but I'm stepping down. She could have said that. She didn't. She chose Joe Biden over Bernie. She's watching. She goes, after Tuesday, it's clear. Tuesday? That was ridiculous. But she's part of the problem then. The whole system's corrupt, dude. And Tulsi divides. She's too divisive. The stuff with Hindutva, she divides the left. She's divided independent media. I saw her go around and be on all these shows and basically use friends of mine. She's all nice to them, so they're going to give her favorable coverage. She's texting them. She's friends with them. She invites them to be surrogates and all this stuff. They gave her favorable coverage. I don't trust her anymore. You can. Good for you. Thanks for supporting the show, but I never will. And I might not be trusting Bernie that much longer either. We'll see. Larry Jenny. Make the neoliberal meditation a recurring sketch. That was gold. Oh, I recorded another one. I'm dropping it. I just forgot to drop it today. I was doing other stuff, so it's dropping. It's chanting. Shimshay is chanting, going Om. Help me do more of them. It was so fun to do. Obviously this is a stressful time for everybody. So then to do all these other intense stories is a lot, and I will keep doing them. But I want to do more comedy sketches because you guys seem to really like them. And if you watch my sunset video, watch it all the way to the end. And they're fun for me to do. They're fun. I laugh. It gives me joy. And I'm alone here, so it can get a little nutty. I'm going a little nuts. Elisa DeVuti, what's up? I work in a hospital ER, and we literally have instruction to reuse our masks. You know what I mean? $4 trillion, $4.25 trillion to these fucking corporations. Like I said, they literally should have said $1 trillion to the hospitals. Masks, ventilators, staff, boom. The Cuban doctors offered to come here, and our dumbass State Department said no. And again, think long term. Think long term. Hey, freak, we'll pay for your college if you want to get a nursing or doctor degree. We need to get more doctors up and running right now. Let's do it. We'll pay. Are you about to graduate from nursing or doctor school or EMT school? We're wiping that debt out right now, just to encourage you to finish right now, because we need more people on the front lines right now. We're using masks. God. Richest country in the history of the world. That sounds like a third world country. That's like a banana republic. Unbelievable, man. Thanks for sharing that, Eliza. Nazar G, boom. Shave my knuckles for justice. F and preach, fam. Boom, boom. Thank you so much. Edward Dunning. Shave your knuckles for justice. Do you know of co-ops in danger of corporate scumbag takeover after this disastrous bailout? That is a great question, Edwin. I don't know. I don't know how the structure of this deal is. I don't know if worker co-ops are insulated because they're worker co-ops, but I don't know. I worry that anyone that is a business that starts going under and the government comes in and snatches it up, or they'll let a bank buy it or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how that's. Oh man, this is so tangled up and it's so awful. I don't know. It'd be great if co-ops survived this and it encourages more people to start worker cooperatives. I'm going to really look into seeing what this loan thing is. If I can get a loan and I don't have to pay it back, provided I, hire people or even make some of my freelance people full-time, I will do it because it would help my business. And also if I can hire some people that have lost work, if I can keep some people off of being unemployed, I'll do it. And if it helps this channel grow, I'll do it, man. If I was a fucking billionaire and I ran a big company with 10,000 employees, I'd be like, all right, everyone's paychecks stay. We'll figure out what you can do remotely, what jobs we can have you do. But even if there's nothing for you to do right now, you're still going to get your pay. I'm going to, whatever. Pat the Batman fan. What's up, Pat? How you doing, brother? Government motto. Yeah, what are you going to do about it? Oh, thanks, Pat. Sam Dean, look at that giant TV, you effing socialist. Shame. Yeah, I know. This is what I'm just socialist. I just got free handout government TVs. Elisa DeBooty. What's up, Elisa? Shave your knuckles for justice. When Mozambique government was suffering from external pressure and needed financial support, people would buy government bonds and just burn them. That's how much they believed in and loved him. Wow. When Mozambique's government was suffering from external pressure and needed financial support, people would buy government bonds and just burn them. Have you ever heard of people doing that for their government? That's why they love the guy. He took care of his people. That's why FDR, they had to write term limits. We didn't have presidential term limits until FDR. Yeah, I mean, it really makes you think that Bernie's like, if I push too hard, they'll Bobby Kennedy me, Bobby Kennedy was pushing even harder than JFK pushed hard. There's these speeches, and I'll do a video on it talking about the actual people that run the country, and they're the real threat. Oh, wow. And then a bullet swam around his car. Thanks for sharing that, Elisa. Cureforcancer.co. What's up, baby? Dominic. Now with Tulsi showing her true colors, do you see that veterans should not be esteemed, but they are at least treated with suspicion for serving in the largest terror organization in history? Well, I don't want to demonize all veterans. I don't want to do that. One thing I will point out about Tulsi, she said, is like anyone who joins the service does it for love of their country. And what she so conveniently breezed past was the millions of people that join because they have no other options. They have no other options. I don't think we should vilify we shouldn't vilify vets and say they all joined a terrorist organization because some of them did it for financial reasons. Nor should we loft them all up and say they all walk on water. There's 4 reasons people join the military. They're patriots. They believe in the country. It's a fine reason to serve your country. And that's what you want to do. 2, family business. Dad was in it. Mom was in it. Great grandfather. Okay. 3rd, you're out of options. There's no money. There's no jobs. NAFTA wiped this country out. It's Hillary Clinton's idea, pushed Bill to do it, and the Democrats went along with people like Joe Biden. And Bernie voted against them. NAFTA took all these jobs. NAFTA shipped manufacturing overseas. So now we have to buy our masks and our ventilators and the parts for the ventilators and the medical equipment from overseas, but we just sealed our borders from China, so now we can't get it, and here we are. But back to the military. The 3rd reason, no options, no jobs, no nothing. I got to join the military. There's no college. I can't afford college. I can't pay for it. There's no chance at that. 4th reason people join is a license to kill. There's 4 reasons people join the military. Some of them are very noble. Some of them are economic, and some of them are psychos. And I talk to people in the military, like, man, I served with some solid people that were amazing people I'll be friends with in life. And there was some fucking wingnuts who just went there to go kill. But you can't breeze past the fact that we haven't needed a draft because we've had a poverty draft for the better part of 3-4 decades. And they saw what happened. One of the things that brought down the Vietnam War, brought all the protesting, was the draft. 20-year-olds were like, I'm not going to Vietnam. This was a World War II where everybody felt their duty to join. This was like, I'm not going to this war. Can you imagine if they instituted a draft now to go to all of these 7 wars we're in? The wars would end, and they know it. People would be like putting down the video game consoles and everything else and be like, I'm not going to war. Can you imagine that? That would have changed things. Recruitment was at an all-time low in 2007. There was talk of a draft. If they would have put it, people were like, I'm not going to Iraq. They're like, I went to Afghanistan because of 9/11, but man, this is never ending thing in Iraq. Weapons of mass destruction were lied about. We're in these wars. They won't end. I want out. If they had instituted a draft there, the anti-war movement would have really, really gotten big. And then an economic crash happened and everybody had this re-enlistment went up. They didn't have a recruiting problem after 2008 financial crash. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? And they're going to take advantage of this. We are going to go into a massive recession, worse than 2008 and the 30s combined. And you know who's going to be hiring? The United States military. They're going to be hiring. You want a manufacturing job? You can, making bombs and drones and socks and all the other things that they need. Here it comes. Jedi Mullet 77, shaving knuckles for justice. A centrist pro-corporate neoliberal piece of shit Democrat will never be president again. America was sort of nice for some while it lasted. Oh. Sad but true. Misuchi Miss, what's up? How's it going? How's it going for you, Misuchi Miss? Thank you for watching the show. Keith M. Clamor, boom, shaving knuckles for justice. Our government will kill or do whatever it takes to stop anyone that tries to nationalize their own oil or get off the petrodollar. Always have, always will. Oh yeah, great point. Anyone who doesn't want to use the petrodollar, boom. I mean, Iran said it like 2 years ago, we're going off the petrodollar. Oh, all of a sudden, false flag, they've got weapons of this and this and that, and they're trying to kill us, and all that false flag shit started happening straight over Hormuz. Saddam Hussein went off the petrodollar, took him out. Gaddafi went off the petrodollar, they took him out. See that? Anyone that goes off the petrodollar, they try to kill. That's it. You're dead on. Jason Milton, what's up? 10. Good number. Keith M. Kilmer, boom. Making Gotham great again, Keith. A friend of mine is a military recruiter. They're using these hard times as a recruiting tool, using military income and government health care to get people to join. Yeah, that's another reason we can't have free health care in this country. We have free college and free health care. What's people's incentive to go to the military? Want your college paid for? Join the military. Free health care, pension plan, really good pension plan if you stay in for 20 years. Stay in the military for 20 years, you get a great pension. We'll always be at war, right? As long as these countries refuse to give up, like Venezuela is another country's got a lot of balls not giving us their oil. Ooh, how dare they? Their crazy socialism, taking care of their citizens for 6 months, rent-free during the middle of a pandemic. Boy, that awful socialism again rears its ugly head. Carpe Pax, shame them for justice. Also, no one's asking why essential services like grocery chains are still operating at retail price. No one should be profiting during this crisis. Wow, is that a great point? Yeah, that's a great point. Man, we shouldn't be paying full price for anything right now. I mean, that's another, again, that's the stimulus money. They should be like cell phones, utilities, here's a bunch of money. People only got to pay 20% of their bill or whatever. Like, and here you go. You get that. We'll subsidize that. Sam Dane, shaving knuckles for justice. Cut that fake widow's peak off your head. You'll instantly look better, dude. I mean this. Take my advice, bro. It's not fake, fuckstick. Anybody think this is my hair? God damn, I look good for my age. Melissa H., how are you? Shave your knuckles for justice. Adam McKay working on a miniseries about Epstein, focusing on victims and lack of justice. He was working on it prior to Julie Brown's report. Interesting. I'd like to work on that. I knew Adam way back in Chicago, and we were all in, he was in a sketch comedy or an improv troupe. I was in a sketch group. I doubt he remembers me, but I'd like to be involved in that. I got more Epstein videos because now we're, he's a woman saying that was trafficked by Epstein that was also trafficked to Joe Biden, the rapist. Miss Hendricks, what's up, Miss Hendricks? Shave your knuckles for justice. I need more Shimshay in my life. I got another Shimshay video that's going to drop, kids. I might drop it tonight if you're lucky. CureForCancer.co, what's up? The U.S. military is a terrorist organization. If a veteran admits that fact, I don't hold what they did against them, but anyone who parades around their service as something noble, as Tulsi does, is evil. That's a good point. I see that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a great point. And we talked about, when the Tulsi sold out thing, a lot of people brought up like Mike Preisner. That's a vet. That's a veteran I respect. That's a guy who I wish would run for office or something. Mike Preisner, man. And a lot of the veterans for peace that I've met, when I did that no war with Iran, a couple of those protests in January, yeah. It's hats off to Mike Preisner. Great point, Cure for Cancer. Thanks for bringing that up. Andrew Dwyer, boom, Cuomo sucks. I think the media and the DNC are trying to prop him up for a brokered convention. Don't fall for it. Oh. So let's talk about, speaking of Andrew Cuomo. Speaking of Andrew Cuomo. Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Owen, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. Well, we're seeing the corporate media. Boy, Cuomo sure is looking like a really good leader. Get ready. Joe Biden's going to get COVID, or they're going to finally call out his dementia, and Cuomo's going to step in. They won't give it to Bernie. Cuomo's going to step in. But don't be fooled by Cuomo. Oh, he works with ugly, evil hedge funds. Blackstone Group, Cuomo and Trump's Wall Street nexus. Yeah. One of the groups, Blackstone, we're going to get into it, that profited from the 2009 bailout. They're one of those rental companies that bought up all the foreclosed homes, and now they own them, and they're pushing, and they own all these properties that they're renting to people. They're part of the reason they're jacking up rents all over the country. They bought them all up. When we tried to have a rent control law in statewide in California, you know who spent a lot of money lobbying and putting these fake bullshit ads against the rent control bill? Blackstone, Cuomo's group. Governor Andrew Cuomo's top aide is going to work for billionaire hedge fund tycoon and Donald Trump advisor Stephen Schwartzman again. Yeah, Cuomo's got tough talk for Trump. More of this fake professional wrestling nonsense. There's no difference in the two. That stimulus bill we just saw, we saw both parties just co-sign. There you go, corpse. There's a bunch of money. William J. Merrill is leaving his government job to return to the private equity firm Blackstone Group. Merrill and Schwartzman's roles in the Cuomo and Trump administrations highlight the broad bipartisan influence that finance capital has within the American power structure, especially over the state and federal governments. Do you want to know who is pulling the strings on this stimulus plan? These assholes. Same ones who pulled it with Obama and Bush. Watch the documentary Inside Job. You see the same group of assholes have been floating around every White House, Republican or Democrat, since Reagan. Who overturned Glass-Steagall that really opened the doorway for all of this banking deregulation? Bill Clinton did in 1999 when everyone was screaming about blowjobs in the Oval Office and a cum stamp and distracted. America was getting a big blowjob while everybody was stealing our wallet. That's what happened. Same group of assholes. Oh, resist Trump. Why? You guys all work for the same banks. It's just like corporate assholes fighting over who gets the corner office in their filthy glass whorehouse. Who's the new president of the country club? Country clubs are inherently racist and evil. That's America is just a racist, evil country club with a massive military that doesn't give a shit about working class people or its citizens in general. The response to this COVID-19 is showing that they don't care about us. They just do not care. We are the United Corporations of America. Blackstone Group is the world's largest private equity firm. Its $356 billion portfolio has included controversial theme park SeaWorld. Oh, wow, they own SeaWorld. Fantastic. African offshore drilling company. Oh, publicly subsidized affordable housing developments, making sure working class people never own property, and single-family rental homes. That's the rental homes thing I was talking about. They snatched up all those houses and they rented them to people. And Obama let them do it and didn't prosecute any of them. These people should be in federal prison. Obama could have put these people in federal prison. Kamala Harris could have put Steve Mnuchin in federal prison, but he donated to her attorney general campaign in 2010. And then when she didn't prosecute him, when she had plenty of evidence against One West Bank, guess what? He donated again to her senatorial campaign. What a great little club it is. Blackstone's role in profiting from the 2008 housing bubble collapse and ensuing foreclosure crisis, described by Schwartzman as a huge opportunity. That's what they see. And believe me, they're looking at this pandemic going, how do we profit from this? And they just got a huge this is the first, this isn't the last, this is the first, this 4.25 trillion for the corporations. This is the first in several. They're going to make tens of trillions of dollars. There will be literally nothing left after this pandemic. And Cuomo's in bed with them. And so's Trump. And just watch. We won't have the convention will be closed because we can't have 10,000 people in Milwaukee. So we're going to just figure this out behind closed doors, and Biden's sick, and Cuomo's the guy. Just wait. Cuomo and his VP might be Hillary. Just wait. Or Kamala, somebody who plays ball with the banks, which is just about all of them. Just remember I said that. Blackstone Group went on the biggest buying spree in history, spending an estimated $10 billion to buy 50,000 houses and becoming the largest owner of single-family homes in the country. As I told you earlier, in the 1990s, Merrill worked for the re-election campaign of former Mario Cuomo. Andrew's father, Andrew Cuomo, appointed Marro to the Statutory Special Commission on Judicial Compensation in 2011 and 2012. He named Merrill as chair of the New York State Housing Finance. You see how it's all filthy? You have corporate CEOs in charge of housing authorities. We have a kleptocracy run by oligarchs. And the corporate media, wow, Cuomo seemed real presidential. He's acting like a leader. Because he's going to lead the banks in to steal more property. They're going to take more homes. They're going to take small businesses, everything. They're going to fucking own everything. Blackstone CEO Stephen Schwartzman earned $452.7 million. That's what he earned when they bought up those 50,000 houses, when they profited off of 6 million people losing their homes. 6 million people lost their homes, and they didn't think for a second, boy, we should keep them in there. That's better for America, better for the economy, better for people. That's just what he made. That's just his payday. Could go to 450 people and buy them $1 million. He could find 900 people and buy them a $500,000 home. 900 people. And he'd still have $2.7 million left over. Good thing he's in Cuomo's back pocket. Good. Meanwhile, Merrill's boss at Blackstone, CEO Stephen Schwartzman, has recently been subject of a congressional scrutiny. What? Over his role as chairman of the White House Strategic and Policy Forum, a council of corporate executives convened by Trump to advise him on economic policy. That's all part of the professional wrestling. It's a big club and you ain't in it. Cuomo's a part of this. He's no hero. Be careful. They're going to try to make him the nominee. And even if he beats Trump in the fall, it'll be more bullshit. More housing jackasses will make money. Yeah. Like, share, and subscribe. Boom. Shave your knuckles for justice. Yeah. What do you say, folks? It's been an hour and a half now. We're going to probably wrap it up here soon. Whoa, now, whoa, now, whoa, now, whoa, 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 whoa. Why are so many Americans not getting this stuff? At least in other countries, it seems that people will get it and they freak out much. Or really do a general strike. I think we might have to. Welcome back to Taxation Without Representation. Yeah, Trump is a murderer. Absolutely. Oh. Yeah, that's true. The George Carlin and many people have made the point that the planet will be fine, humans will be gone. Planet will survive fine, but we might all get wiped out because we're just too greedy and selfish and stupid. Species that don't evolve go extinct. That's Mother Nature. So we haven't evolved as a species. We're actually regressing. We should be helping each other out. We should be fixing the planet. We have the money and the resources to fix every single problem on the planet. Like, get it today. Get it done today. We don't want to. You can't vote your way out of a rigged election. You got that right. All right. All right. 440 people, 447 likes. Right on. All right, I'm going to read the super chats, guys. I'm going to get going. I'm starting to lose my voice. But remember, tomorrow, 7 o'clock Pacific, I sent the ticket link out. Ron Placona and I, for $5, are doing a progressive comedy tour virtual show via Zoom. So it's just for 100 people, and some of you can even have your microphones on so we can hear you laugh. Ron will do 20, 30 minutes of stuff. I'll do about 20, 30 minutes of stuff. He and I will joke a little bit back and forth, and then we'll answer some questions. It'll be a blast. So join us tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific. The ticket link is in there. I'll send you the ticket link again for those of you who just tuned in. Well, if you heckle me, I'll mute you, but Bernie means what he says, but obviously won't go the full distance. Yep. And then one thing we can do a general strike even if we're all in quarantine. Melissa H., what's up, Militia? Save your knuckles for justice. Wrote this today, soon to be official. I pledge allegiance to the Tao and to the oligarchy for which it stands. One nation under their thumb, divided by class, with liberty and justice for few. Nice, Melissa. I love that. I think I saw that online. That's awesome. Kill Kenny B. What's up? Shaving Knuckles for Justice. The corporations are going to do us like a scared dirty sock in Granny Petrol's basement. But Greta. I think Granny Petrol might show up tomorrow at the comedy show. Farkas Garvey, what's up? My Democratic parents won't admit that Joe's child touching is hot. So then they just, oh, it's a bunch of wacky YouTubers. You can't trust them anyway. Some guy yells in front of his TV. That's what it is. All we can do is talk about it on YouTube and social media and hope somebody starts listening. And I hope it wakes some people up. That's all we can do. Slippery 22, boom. I can find more reasons to excuse someone joining ISIS than the U.S. Army. I was drafted and sent to war in Croatia, and I still forgive myself for that. Yeah, it's gnarly. But that's part of the propaganda machine, is you're not told why we're really going to war. So you live in some small town, there's no jobs, you got a public education, which was not great. You watch corporate media, so you're lied to. You're told, oh, they're attacking us overseas, we got to go fight them, and you think you get swept up in it. I mean, if I would have been 17, 18 years old when 9/11 happened, I would have joined up. I would have. It's very powerful, their messaging. You know, when you watch the NFL and it's salute the flag and say the national anthem, and we always honor the veterans. Veterans are honored at every sporting event, that's fine, but why don't we honor anybody else? Why don't we honor teachers? Or now we should be honoring frontline medical workers. We should be honoring grocery store clerks. Why aren't we honoring teachers? It's very powerful propaganda, man. You know? And I always say, if more people just didn't join the army, nobody joined their military, then they couldn't send us to war, which is important. But I always say, you know, it's the ruling class that is causing this. I'm not saying regular people should be excused for bad behavior, but blaming someone for joining the military, I'm more apt to blame the ruling class for creating these bullshit wars and spending all this propaganda to lie to somebody to tell them that the military is a good thing, and setting up an economic situation where the military is their only choice. You know, I had college educated middle class parents, made sure I went to school, paid for me and my brother and sister's college. So they were like, we don't want you to join the military, because they were, you know, anti-Vietnam people. But that was just my family. You know, had my dad not had a PhD and, you know, all this other stuff, who knows? So I just, yes, the United States is like an evil empire and a terrorist organization, but let's blame those in power first. Let's go after them. That's my point. Demonic, Shaving Knuckles with Justice, got my yellow vest today for $7. Where do we meet? Right on. Andrew Dwyer, boom. My new quarantine goal is to make at least one YouTube video for shits with political content. Thanks to you and others for the inspiration. You got it, Andrew. Shave your knuckles for justice. Kate, what is this about Bernie and Matt Stoller? Boy, I don't know. I haven't followed that entirely. It might have something to do with the stimulus thing. That's my guess, Kate. But thanks for supporting the show. Here for Ganser.co. I understand you can't advocate violence, but an oligarch catching justice at the speed of sound is good for the world. Enough is enough. Peaceful, nonviolent resistance. Yeah. Thanks, Axel. Yeah, grocery stores are heroes. Yeah, soldiers join for college or job. What are you going to do? But kid in my neighbor went to Afghanistan to see what it was like to kill people. Hard to have sympathy. Well, that person, yeah, that's a psycho. That's one of the four things. One of the four people I want a license to kill. That's crazy. Yeah, that's that individual. That person, that's different than like, there's no jobs, I got it, but I want to go kill people, so give me a gun. Yeah, we got some psychos in our midst for sure, and I'm not excusing them as a manifest rent strike. All the people that were demeaned for stalking shells and doing delivery jobs are now the backbone of every country. Absolutely. It's a great friend here and said we're going to have a lockdown through December, but yeah, who knows? Yeah, then that guy that joins Afghanistan to kill people becomes a cop. And again, same thing with cops. There's plenty of people join police because they want to help out and be in their society and all that other stuff. But then there's some that join because they want the power and the gun, man. All right, everybody, that's the show. 461 watching. Thank you so much. We got to do karaoke. What's a karaoke song to sing, everybody? And again, the comedy show's tomorrow, 7 o'clock on Zoom. The tickets are at Brown Paper Tickets. I just posted it. And Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific, I go live. I'm gonna go live Monday night too in the nice fancy studio. So check that out. Let's find a karaoke tune. What should we sing, huh? What should we sing, everybody? What's up? Bad Motherfucker 82, Shaving Knuckles with Justice. Thoughts on QAnon mass arrest talk going on? Yeah, I mean, it's I don't really subscribe to a lot of the you got a cure for cancer. Don't stand too close to me for Uncle Joe Biden. You got it. I don't like there's a lot of the QAnon stuff. I'm not they're wishful thinkers, the QAnon. But it does raise the question of like pandemic, more and more quarantine laws. Are they going to do martial law? Like it is like yeah. So let's go to here we go. Don't stand so close to me. By the Police as William Shatner. No. Whoops. Oh, that was not one. Hold on. So there's that one. Cannabis cures cancer. Oh, thanks, Beverly. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's do I Will Survive. It don't stand so some of the, I don't know. Some of the lyrics I'm like, yeah. I can't do it right now. But this we can do. Of course, I was afraid. I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. Then I spent all the nights thinking how you did me wrong. I grew strong, and I learned how to get along till I was back out of space. Just to walk and find you here within that look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have the key. Think that was me. Oh, now go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Aren't you the one that tried to hurt me with a goodbye? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, not I. I will survive. As long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my love to give. I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. Found my spark, kept drinking hard and mend the pieces of my broken heart. I spent all the many nights thinking how you did me wrong. Try. But now I hold my head up high on me. Somebody new. Not that scared up little person still in love with you. You spent your just expecting me to be free. Saving all my loving. Someone who's loving me. All right, now go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. You're the one that tried to hurt me with goodbye. Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, not I. I will survive, Khan. As long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Go. Walk out the door. Turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. The one that tried to hurt me with goodbye. Did you think I'd crumble? Think I'd lay down and die? Oh, and I'll die. I will survive. As long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my love to live. I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. I'll survive. You Klingon bastard, you killed my son. I'll survive. Did you think I'd lay down, you Klingon bastards? Did you think I'd lay down and die? All right, now go, you Klingon bastards. Walk out the door. Don't turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. All apart. You're trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. Spent oh so many nights. I'm sorry for myself. I used to cry. Had my head up high. Me. Somebody new. Not that chained up little person still in love with you. Affecting me. This song's very long. You know my loving one who's loving me. All right, now go. Out the door. Just turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. The one that tried to hurt me with goodbye. Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, well, I will survive. As long as Scotty gets us to warp factor 5, I know I will survive. Got all my phasers set to stun. I've got all my crew to beam down. I'll survive. I will survive. I will survive. Ladies and gentlemen, we will survive. Thank you to Gloria Gaynor. That was our live stream on this Friday night. You all are fantastic citizens of Gotham. I'm going to tell you that right now. CureForCancer.co, would it be better with clips of his girls in the background? No, see, that was the thing. I didn't want to make light of what, like, this woman coming forward and how difficult that is. I know how difficult that is. I can't even begin to know how difficult it is to come forward about a BB. That's why I didn't want to do it. I appreciate the suggestion. It's all good. Pat the Batman fan, shave your knuckles for justice. Just want to point out that Wooly is an idiot. Never listen to an actor about anything about acting. Fantastic. Shatner Karaoke, thank you so much for joining us for Shatner Karaoke. Please like and subscribe and share these out there for everybody. Really appreciate it. And I'll be dropping more clips. I'll be dropping more funny videos, more comedy. Tomorrow night's the comedy show, 7 o'clock. There's only 100 slots. If they're available, tickets are only $5. Thank you so much. And everybody, there's great ways to support the show. I know some of you money is tight, so liking and subscribing and sharing the videos on your social media is a great free way to support the show. Also, if you watch the ads on YouTube all the way through, don't click skip ad. I don't get paid. Also, I have a Pandora channel, Graham Elwood channel on Pandora. It's free. It's my 2 comedy albums, and they put in other comedians. And when you listen to it, I get residual income. They pay me. So you're getting free stand-up comedy, and I'm getting paid. It's another great way to support the show. I have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. It's in the show notes of all my videos now. There's a PayPal button on my website, GrahamElwood.com. There's also a P.O. box. A bunch of you just sent me some stuff in the P.O. box. Thank you so much. I really could not, you guys are making, like, I've lost a bunch of road money, but you guys are help making it up, and it's just amazing. So I can keep doing this, and I'm going live, and we're talking about the things we're talking about. So how do I access the show tomorrow night? So what'll happen if you bought the ticket to the we will send an email with the Zoom link. Ron will do that. So you'll get an email to the Zoom link, and then you'll log in right a little before 7, and we'll all be there, and we'll start the show. Boom. We'll see you tomorrow night. And of course, I'll be doing this live Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific. Listen to my podcast, Political Vigilante. It's in the news section on iTunes. More people that download that, that'll help those numbers. A lot of great ways to support the show. Oh, Willie, guess you're just jagging it off. I let a lot of them slide, friend. Big B, friends Friday night. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching the show. You are all making Gotham great again. I will be doing this 3 or 4 times a week at night and dropping videos. Like, share, and subscribe. Shave your knuckles for justice. Remember, I will survive.